We are talking about properties of rational exponents, and we want to use properties of rational exponents to simplify expressions with rational exponents. So the directions say, simplify the expression. Your answer should contain only positive exponents. So the first thing I want to do is I want to simplify my coefficients. So I have -2 over -3. Anytime we have a negative divided by a negative, that becomes positive. So then we just have 2 over 3 for the coefficients. So I'm going to write that down here. So we get 2 divided by 3. The next thing I want to do is I want to write all of my exponents as positive. So m to the 4th stays in the numerator because it's positive. N to the -4th, I'm going to move that to the denominator and make it positive because of the negative exponent. So if it has a negative exponent, we can move it to the denominator and make it positive. Then we have the 3, which we already dealt with over here. M to the 0 is just 1. That's the 0 exponent. A to the 0 is equal to 1. N to the 0 is also equal to 1. So we can write that down. 1 times 3n to the 4th is just 3n to the 4th, and 1 times 3n to the 4th is just 3n to the 4th. So we can write it down as 2m to the 4th, 3n to the 4th. The next one we have is x to the 3rd times y to the 0 over y to the 0. And so we don't have any coefficients to deal with. We have 1 over 1. So I'm just going to write down all the exponents as positive values. So we have x to the 3rd. And then y to the 0 is just 1. That's the 0 exponent. And y to the 0 is just 1. That's the 0 exponent again. And x to the 3rd times 1 is x to the 3rd. X to the 3rd divided by 1 is still x to the 3rd. So we get x to the 3rd is the answer. Here we have y to the 4th divided by y times x to the -3rd, all raised to the 2nd power. And so here we have a power of a power. And so what we have to do is we have to distribute the 2, or the squared, to all the parts of the denominator. There's no coefficient to work with, so I'm just going to start writing down what I have. In the numerator, there's nothing that we can do. We just leave it as y to the 4th. But then we have to distribute the 2 to all the parts. So y squared, and then x to the -3rd raised to the 2nd power. That's a power of a power, so we can use multiplication. So that's going to be x to the -3 times 2. So we have to do a little bit of rewriting. Also, we have y to the 4th in the numerator, and we have y squared in the denominator. So what I can do is I can say, I can use the quotient of powers right here. So we can say y to the 4th minus 2. That is going to be equal to y squared. So y squared is positive, so that's going to stay in the numerator. So y squared in the numerator, -3 times 2, that's -6. And now here, I can use the negative exponent, and I can move the x to the -6 into the numerator and make it positive. So that becomes y squared x to the 6th.